What's up, Nights of Insomnia? Welcome to the late night live stream. We're probably gonna, obviously we have to stay live for about an hour. I gotta at least get an hour in, so we're probably just gonna look at trending coins and all that good stuff. So, unless we get a lot of people with coin requests, but then again, I don't know if we are going to get that or not, but we'll see. I hope everyone's having a good night. Had a very long day, but I'm still here. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Silver days, meow after dark. Let's go. This is true. Very true. How much cash do I have? Oh, I actually bought a Powerball ticket. I got a Powerball ticket because it was 1 point. When is the next drawing? Draw number, oh, December 24th. Yeah, how much is the Powerball? Why did I pay $2 for the Powerball? Does anybody know anything about that? Okay, a standard Powerball ticket costs $2 for an extra cost. You can add original increase. What? Oh man, that's too complicated. I'll just scan it. But yeah, I got a Powerball ticket for the first time in as long as I can remember. I don't think I've ever really played the Powerball, but I was getting scratchers for as my gift for someone, and I saw the Powerball was at like 1.3 billion. Imagine 1.3 billion. Do you know how much Dogelon on Mars I could buy with that? That's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, fun story, right? And that's 75 bucks. Okay. I'll just buy another $15 of scratchers and call it a day. I'll leave this in my... Oh, the drawing is tomorrow. Okay. December 24th. Hey man, I'll take that for a Christmas Eve present. Take that all day long. Hope everyone's doing good. How many viewers we got? We got 6 viewers. Yeah, bear market, obviously. Jason Sinkar. Wow, I actually got a super chat tonight. You know, it's crazy, man. That's thank you so much for the super chat. I mean, obviously, things are dead right now. Altcoins aren't moving. Everything's down. So the channel stats are down. So thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Jason Sinkar says, Tanami on MEXC Epic Chain 2. Tunami? Tunomi? Let me see. Is this the right coin? Can you just confirm that this is the right coin? And then Epic Chain. I think with Epic Chain, we already have a chart. Yeah, so for Epic Chain, oh, wow. Yo, hey. So our target did actually play out. Taking a look at Epic Chain on the live stream. So actually our target did play out. You can see that we did come back up and retest the 236 at 77 cents. So if you did buy this dip, which it wouldn't have been here, it was actually here. So if you bought this dip, you had the opportunity to sell for a profit at 57%. Now, on the macro time frame, so it already came back up here and got rejected, and now we're coming back down. So on the macro time frame, you need to break this area of resistance. Once you break this area of resistance, then obviously targets on the upside are all valid, $1.59 and so on. And then on the downside, obviously traders are going to be taking profits here. So if we don't hold, we're already macro bearish, and if we don't hold 64 cents, so we're at 68 cents. If we don't hold 64 cents, we will come back down and retest these lows before determining either a breakdown for all-time lows or putting in a base and establishing some sort of uptrend. But we'll have to wait and see at that point and if that support breaks at 64 cents. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. And then Tonami, kind of like Konami, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami. Wrong. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it on here and not using that wick, which is annoying. But this coin obviously just came out December 11th. So just keep in mind, I don't know if this is yeah, I mean, it's not on any sort of, it's on MEXC. Be careful with this coin. I'd say you already came down here and you already retested the 236.382. So you already came up here and you couldn't get over this area of resistance at 4027 to 32. You wicked under it and you've been making lower highs. So if you do hold this area of support at 4021, then you're putting in a bottom and you're putting in a base. I'd say this area of resistance is key to break. Once that breaks, we can start saying, hey, reversal's in play. But we could still come back up to that point and even to 4041 and still be bearish. But I'm kind of reluctant to say that because technically you had this nasty sell-off and you already came up to the 618 and had a 618 retracement. So, you know, good luck with this. Obviously, this is a gamble, very high risk, high reward. It's only a 1 million market cap. So, I mean, this thing could go flying, right? I mean, you're looking at only a 2x back up to its all-time high. So this thing could go absolutely nuclear. Even at like a penny, you're still looking at 500 million market cap, and that's like over 100x. Yeah. So, yeah, very very high risk, high reward coin. But I hope that made sense. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I'm gonna get some water, so give me a second. Hey, buddy. The door open? All right. Watch Vision's gonna come by for 1 second. He's gonna be like, "Hey, I came by and it was an empty chair." That's like permanently engraved in my brain now. Like in 20 years, I'm probably gonna be saying the same stuff. Let's see, XRP and XCN, please. Sure. God's Rare Creation Aventus. I'll take a look at it. White paper looks good on Tsunami. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's $1 million market cap. Plenty of upside potential. If it starts getting listings and if it starts, you know, with partnerships and all that stuff, obviously you're looking at a very good play. High risk, high reward. Bajorna Beck, welcome to the live stream, man. Am I gonna have dreams tonight? Can you tell me what dreams I'm gonna have tonight? You said Merry Christmas, bro. Yes, Merry Christmas to you too. Well, it's Christmas Eve tomorrow, but Merry Christmas Eve to you and your family. I hope everybody gets what they want. I got a Powerball ticket for the very first time in I don't even remember how long. I can't believe it's $2. The last time I bought it was $1. I guess let me Google that. When was the last time the Powerball was $1 to buy? Was it ever $1? What am I thinking? I'm thinking of Mega Millions maybe, right? Because that changed. Anyways, let me look at these coins before. Okay, so XRP. Let's take a look at XRP. Yeah, XRP is in macro support right now. So $1.39 to $2 is support. Anything under 139 XRP is cooked. You will probably break down and make. And honestly, I would say you're probably going back down to 40 cents, but yeah, 49 cents. 49 cents to 74 cents, which would be insane to get XRP back down to 40 cents. But if you guys don't know, if the bear market comes, then nothing can save us. XCN, same with XCN. We never got that reversal. So for XCN, right now you're putting in a base. You have macro support at 2025 to 36. And as long as we've established a base here at 41, then you could get a recovery back up to 74 and 1 cent and still be bearish and validate this downtrend. So on the shorter time frame, you need to break over this box. On the macro time frame, and the next area of support is 25 to 36. Critical. If this breaks, you're going to go back down, unfortunately. So it does not look good. We need to get a recovery rally, and we can't get stuck here. If we get stuck here in a week, a month, or whatever, we're going to look back and we're going to say, hey, we had a retracement. We got stuck. Traders took profits. This thing fell off the table. So it's very simple. You have to decide, hey, I want to sell, or hey, I'm going to hold it because I'm greedy and I want $1 million, you know. But anyway, let's look at Aventus for God's rare creation, and then we can talk about the Powerball again. Yeah, Aventus is having a move up like it always does, but you're still in the downtrend, and we didn't quite come down to 73 cents and tag support. Keep in mind for Aventus, we have resistance at $1.44 to $2.15. So just keep in mind if we do get a monster move up, I guess that's subjective, right? As of today, it's 50% to 128%, which in my opinion is a pretty big move. Now we could come back up here. Traders could take profits, and we could fall off the table and break 73 cents and make a lower low. Keeping in this downtrend in this channel that's forming, okay? But once, as a holder, and I know you're a holder, so as a holder, you do absolutely need to break this area of resistance. Once that breaks, the next target is $4. We would have set the same thing back here, which we probably did from the high to the low. Resistance at 215 to, wait, I kind of, yeah, 231 to 315. You actually broke this. And you hit the 0.5, and then you came back and basically retested it, and that's all she wrote. So looking back, it's easy to say, hey, we actually got stuck here at resistance. So keep in mind that's always in the play, and I always emphasize and bring that up because as a holder, it doesn't matter. I could say anything, and you're still going to hold it even if we have a retracement. But if you're thinking about selling it, or if you're like, hey, like I want to take profits, then at least you have the areas of resistance that you could theoretically take profits, right? I know that's a lot of information. I hope that makes sense. Will XYO break? I'll take a look at XYO for you. Are we on the night shift now? No, I had a very long day. This is the only time opportunity I had to, I had the opportunity to live stream. So Happy New Year's. Yeah, I will be live on, well, I'm going live every single day this month, but on Sunday morning, it's going to be an early morning live stream. I'm going to be live streaming at like 4 or 5 or 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and I'm going to be live streaming on my laptop from the airport because I'm going on vacation and I'm not going to not live stream. So it's only an hour and it's only like 3 or 4 days. So January we will not be live streaming every single day, but 6 months out of next year we will be. So that's my New Year's transition. We did it three months this year, and then next year it's going to be 6 months. So I'll obviously give you guys my schedule next year, just FYI. If you want to keep supporting the channel, you guys don't even have to type. You could just watch and help me get that ad revenue, baby. Oh yeah, XYO. Taking a look at XYO. Yeah, so XYO is bearish under 2061. Okay, that is the 236 from the high to the low. Okay, now on the shorter time frame, you could get some sort of retracement, and that retracement is where this box is drawn. So just keep in mind, as a holder, you need to break this area. As a trader, that's where traders are going to be taking profits, and there is support here at 205. Anything under 205, I'd say XYO is cooked. You're probably going to go back down to retest and double bottom here at 39 and possibly go back down to 27. But that's pretty much it. Will XYO break? We're really hoping it does. It already attempted to and it got rejected and smacked back down. This is the most bearish thing I've ever seen. Whenever coins have these giant spike up liquidity wicks, it's like the most bearish thing that you can possibly see, unfortunately. And you already technically came into resistance, and there was a nasty sell-off in this area of resistance. So I'm flying on the 28th, but I guess that's the 29th where you are. But I'm technically flying on the 28th. Oh yes, you will. I had intense stream. I was a paladin in Diablo 5. I never played that game, and killing demons. Yeah, I don't think you can kill demons, man. No offense. I think like if that thing was real, and in the grand scheme of things, I think that you would probably need help, like because you're just a human, and there's only very little that humans can do, especially given that you know what that is, right? Anyway, Bartizan, welcome to the 18-minute mark of the live stream. It is bad if crypto has rebranded, for example, render rebrand. Yeah, it is. It's very bad if they rebrand. If the plane has 11, I would rather stay and take his next plane. Yeah, that's not going to happen, man. I'm getting on that plane one way or another. Damn, bear trap for XYL probably. I mean, I don't want to say that, but it's just like it's not bullish, you know. You need to have these wicks, and you need to at least maintain price action for a continuation up. Keep in mind when it's bullish, it does do that, right? So you have these giant wicks up, and then you actually end up like consolidating, and then you have the next move up, and then you consolidate. This was bearish, but then you actually broke out again. So obviously it's easy to look at XYO chart and be like, yeah, man, this is bearish. But just as long as it's bearish, you do have opportunities where it does turn bullish. But whether and every single time it has done that, you've made higher highs. And technically, you could still argue that you're making higher lows on XYO. The only time that it'll look bad is if it comes back down here in double bottoms, because you're no longer maintaining this structure at higher highs and higher lows. Now you're creating some sort of base with higher highs. So can you go over MLN tokenomics? Do you like it? Yeah, I could take a look at MLN. Thank you, by the way. You're welcome. Thank you for coming to the live stream and helping support the channel by just simply being here. So you would not advise buying? I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't advise anything, but I wouldn't. If you're asking if I would buy any rebranded coins, no, I wouldn't. I'm not a fan of rebranded tokens. I just think that that's another way for them to raise money and release more circulation in more supply and circulation onto retail. So I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of MLN right off the bat, just by looking at this chart, man. Yeah, like, what is this? Oh, I guess... Why is Melon is rebranded as Enzyme? Yeah, look at that. The price was a hundred and or $246, and the market cap was 147 million, and then the price here was $100 less, and the market cap was almost $100 million more. So they've been obviously releasing coins into the circulation, and it looks like they have a token unlock schedule which pushes it out all the way to December of 2050. Wow, man, 25-year rug. No, it doesn't mean that it can't go up, but I'm not a big fan of it. And I think you've already like came down and retested the 618786. So, yeah. Yeah, you already had this retracement. So you already had this retracement to do 3682, and you came all the way back down. So, as we said before, you have the opportunity to go up, get stuck at resistance, come back down, make a lower low, which you already technically did. Or you just basically consolidate down here and then break down from there. So I'm not a big fan. And I mean, does this coincide with any support? No, it doesn't. You broke the last area of support, so I don't even know how low this thing can go. Bajornabek 1228 is 4-day, means it's going to be a lot of people. 28 equals 1, so a lot of road rage, and people will generally be more angry that day. Do you actually believe that? You have to believe that. Can you look at Swiftcoin and FET and Dash too? Yes. Would you buy Solana at $20 to $30? That's a good question. I think if it goes down that low. Damn, you actually came down to 117 and retested it. Yeah, dude, like if I had the opportunity to buy Solana, I would probably, if I was looking at buying Solana, I would wait until it came back down to $16 to $31. Because if you buy now, like, and if it goes down even lower, then you're losing everything. But I guess if you buy it, like, let's just say you buy it at $20 and it goes down by $10, like, you know, you only lose 50%. That's still a lot of money, but yeah, personally, that's where I'd be buying Solana. 16 to $30. Yo, late night meow. Yes. Dave says Swiftcoin. Yeah, we have a chart for Swiftcoin. We make weekly update videos on Swiftcoin. So we're just waiting for this recovery rally right now, which we already got. Like, technically looking back at it, we already came up here. So like I always say, this is where traders are going to be taking profits. So theoretically, you bought the low, you got in this trade, you already sold. But if you're holding it, you need to break 2096. When you break that, then we can start taking a look at the targets on the upside. But as long as we're under here, then 2037 needs to hold that support. Do you like the tokenomics for Solana? No, I don't, because it's like infinite, and I don't think they do burns, right? Yeah, look at this. Like, the price was just right here. Like, I don't like it because The price was $261 and the market cap was 127 billion. And then the price here was actually less, or $247. Yeah, it was $247, so it was less. And the market cap was actually higher at 132 billion. So how did it make that make sense? I don't like when that when coins do that. I'm not a big fan of infinite coins. It's just a long rug in my opinion, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'll have token burns. Who knows? But if you're asking if I like the tokenomics, no, I don't like the tokenomics. Yeah, so for Dash, we said if it breaks the 236.382, we're coming back down to this purple box. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I have a video on Dash, and then we could just watch it, because they're like a minute anyway. Let's see, Dash.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sean from 4M Dental Implant Centers. If you're thinking about dental implants, you're not...
Let's see what I have to say about that. Good morning, everyone. It's Crypto Meow Analysis coming at you with an update video on Dash. So for Dash, unfortunately, I think we broke the 382, which is not good. So the next area of support is $50 for Dash. If $50 does hold, and if we're establishing some sort of floor here, just keep in mind we might get a strong recovery back up to $67 to $78. And you need to always remember that we might never get that retracement. If Dash does not break this area, then it is going to come back down and make a lower low. If it does, then we could say strong reversals in play, $100, $150, and then Dash to the moon. You have a lot of targets on the upside, which we'll take a look at that point. But again, $50 is support, and you have immediate resistance at 67. So it broke $50. So did I say... Yeah, did I say anything else? Let me see. No, I didn't. I guess not. But yeah, we have this area support at $26 to $38. So that's pretty much it for Dash. So is it worth to buy Solana if they have infinite supply? Yeah, so I don't know if you're trying to buy and hold forever. I think that the only coin that you could really do that with is Bitcoin. But if you're looking to I think that if Solana does come back down that low, you still have an opportunity to make money before it goes to zero, right? And that's if it even goes to zero. But you have to decide that for yourself. You have to actually look at the project and see what they're doing and see if you see a future with them. But I won't be able to tell you. There are some coins that do have infinite supply and they're doing pretty good, Actually, I guess, does Ethereum technically have infinite supply? Yeah, Ethereum has infinite supply and it's doing pretty good, So but Ethereum also looks dead now. Like Ethereum looks like it wants to just go back down to $1,000. I'm waiting for it to touch the 20s again. 20s, yeah. So you have support at $26 for Dash if you're waiting for $20. Can you look at super artificial intelligence? Yes, I can. FET, also known as FET. Yeah, so we're actually still stuck in this downtrend, and obviously we didn't break resistance. So yeah, I mean, the next macro support, like we always say, you break the 236 382, which is crazy that you actually did get a bounce from the 382. So you got a bounce from the 382, and then you came down double bottom and you broke down, and then that's all she wrote. So, noticing pattern, especially if you guys are watching me for a while now, is I always say, and I keep repeating it because it's very repetitive. Typically, you break the 236 382 on the macro time frame, you get a stronger retracement back down to 786 618, which is exactly where I got Solana's numbers, which is exactly where I got most of these numbers, right? So we are technically in support right now for FET, right? It doesn't have to go down this low, and it's funny that the wick actually tagged the 618, the 786 perfectly. So we might actually come down and fill this wick before we put in a bottom and attempt to break out. But keep in mind on the upside now, if we put in a bottom, we still have resistance, which does coincide with hitting this downtrend, making a lower high, and then basically falling off the table again. So shorter time frame, 39 to 59 cents needs to break. Macro time frame, you probably are going to come back down to 12 cents and fill that wick. And then once that area of resistance breaks, then the downtrends invalidate it, and then we could take a look at the targets on the upside. Damn, I'm so thirsty. You're welcome. Thank you for coming by and supporting the channel. Oh, are we going down? Are we capitulating? Oh, no. Chat, we're going down. Merry Christmas Eve. Yeah, this thing's cooked. Taking a look at Bitcoin on the live stream. So making a quick video. This isn't going to be like the 10-minute video. So we are breaking down right now. Just be careful. 83,006 is the next landing pad for BTC. Once that does break, then I do think that we're going to start getting big moves down and big pushes down to the next macro area of support, which is around $70,000. And then from there, we'll take a look at resistance. We'll take a look at possible areas that it could bounce to. And we'll just say, and all of these targets on the upside are going to be invalidated at that point. So the whole chart's going to change when we do break below and start breaking down below 83,006. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you so much for your support. Pluton. Someone asked about Pluton. I haven't looked at Pluton in like, this was another rug. Yeah, wow. Oh my gosh, man. Look at this. Imagine like your coin just like you just wake. Oh my god, it's still on Coinbase. Is it being delisted on Coinbase or no? Hold on, let me Google this. Is Coinbase delisting Pluton? Oh wow, no, it says no, but then again, nope. What coins are Coinbase delisted? It's just crazy. Like how did this coin get on Coinbase, and then how's the price less than what it was before it got on Coinbase? Do you know what I mean? How does that make sense? Make that make sense to me. Do you guys not see that? Like, am I the only one that like that sees that? How is it that this coin that's not on any exchange, how is it that this coin was listed on Coinbase? When was this Coinbase, when was this listed? When was Pluton listed on Coinbase? January 2025, sorry, 22. So January 2022, guys, make this make sense to me. January 2022, which was right here, Coinbase lists it at its most highest price since 2018. But Coinbase lists this coin at like $16. How is it that this coin is lower now than it was when it got listed on Coinbase? Like, how? Am I the only one that sees this? That they obviously, like, they're just like listing random garbage and then just farming their users to absolute oblivion. Oh, the coin didn't work out. Oh, yep, it was a bad investment. We're delisting it. Oh, we're gonna save you. We're delisting it. Oh, we're helping you. We're gonna delist it. Wow, man. Who's selling? Because it ain't the Coinbase people. It's not Uniswap. Bayadian. I don't even know how to say that word. Baydane. Beyblade says, hey, can you check spell token? Yeah, dude, it's not doing anything. I don't know what you want me to look at for spell. This coin is very bearish. It looks like it's about to break down. It's very close to filling the wick at this point. It would take a Christmas miracle for it to go back up to the 236, 307 to 2014. So there's nothing to look at here, man. I'm sorry, but when you ask me to look at a coin like this when it's at zero, this is another Coinbase coin that unfortunately they released and they diluted to oblivion, and we were just on the tail end. Unfortunately, you were just on the tail end of this, but. Obviously, if you're buying it right now, it's a complete gamble. It's bearish under 307, which as of today is a 200% move on its own. And for any sort of continuation up, you're looking at breaking 2014. So none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Yeah, so XLM actually broke the 236382, guys. So we broke this. We attempted to get a strong recovery back, and we did, but we actually came up and made a lower high, and we're back down here now. So, like I always say, I strongly do believe, I don't know how many bounces we're going to get, but I think XLM is coming back down to 16 to 11 cents. And then from there, we'll have to take it from there, but I do think XLM is going down to those levels at some point. And honestly, that might I might just get back into XLM at that point. But no, I can't. Last time I sold it was here. Oops. Last time I sold it was here. I sold it here. And it went all the way to the moon. That's unfortunate. Ugh. It's brutal. How long did that take? Yeah, all I had to do is just hold it for 276 days. Do you think new coins might come out to replace Ethereum and Solana? Yeah, I do. I do. I think that they're already trying to. We're just like waiting to see what those are going to be. Like Solana is like Solana was the big runner up this time. Like Solana came out of nowhere. Right? It did a 30x. Wow. What a monster run. Can you look at H bar? Yeah, H bar is a good one. I think H bar has good tokenomics. Yeah, H bar has good tokenomics. It kind of reminds me of like Cardano. Not because it has 50 billion, but just have to clarify that. Yeah, so sorry, H bar, you already actually came down and tagged the 618786, but this would be the area that I think it's going to bottom out at, which is 6 cents to 9 cents. Anything under that, and that would be very bearish. You're probably going to break down and make lower lows. Given that we've bottomed right now, though, on the shorter time frame, we have resistance at 13 to 15 cents. So again, these can get some sort of bounces, but we'll just have to look at the shorter time frame bounces, which would be 13 to 15 cents, and then we'll look at 14 to 17, and then the macro time frame. But as of right now, I do think H bar is headed down to 6 to 9 cents 80. So not financial advice, just my opinion. Yeah, wow, what a horrible chart. Do you know which coins, bro? Yeah, right, man. You really think I would know that? If I knew that, I would be buying it right now. If I knew that, Faith Hope Loves, I would tell you that I'd be buying it. Just like how I'm telling you that I'm only buying Bitcoin next cycle, and I'll be happy with getting like a small profit and getting out. Yeah, man, it's bearish. Bearish under 18 cents, bullish over 26 cents. There's nothing more to say about Matic, unfortunately. Very, very, very bearish. Damn, dude, the guy from COD ended up dying. Did you guys see that? I was just on Instagram, and that's crazy. This dude had a Lambo, had the dream, and died from a stupid car crash. How dumb is that? Like, you have like everything, and then you end up just like getting in a car accident and you just die. Like, that's horrible, dude. What a horrible, horrible way to die. Very sad. Very, very, very sad. Well, chat, it looks like we're breaking down. It looks like we're probably going to get a big red Christmas Eve candle. Christmas Eve came early. Let's look at the poll. 20 votes. 40% says yes. 60%. Oh, Hey man, 60% of the chat is bearish. The chat is bearish today. That's that really does make sense. New poll, everybody make sure to go vote as we fall off the table. Wow. 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 This is so bad. You know, we're getting it's crazy. We're getting 11 concurrent viewers and I'm peaking at 17. This is literally the lowest amount of people I've had since November of 2023. That's how bearish it is right now. So in November 2023 and the first quarter of 2024 is basically, wait. Yeah, 2024. Oh my gosh. Epic Cash. Yo, we already looked at Epic Cash. But since there's nothing happening, we'll take a look at it again for you. But there's nothing happening with Epic Cash right now. Where is it at? Yeah, so Epic Cash, it looks like you're having some sort of a retracement, which you already hit resistance at 77 to 102. So this is where traders are going to be taking profits, and it's already selling off right now. So I think we had 64 cents. Under 64 cents, you're cooked. Yeah, under 64 cents, you're cooked. Who died in Lambo? The guy, the Call of Duty guy. The guy who created Call of Duty or something. Are you long or short BTC right now? I'm neither. Zcoin. Epic Cash, not Epic Chain. Oh, Epic Cash. Well, that's different, isn't it? Well, what is this? Very interesting chart. Yeah, so you're right now you're just consolidating and you're stuck in resistance between 32 and 57 cents. Once you break this area, 147 should be in play, and then from there to the moon. Very small market cap, so plenty of upside potential. And yeah, I would say it's a pretty good gamble play right now. Would you buy ETC at $7? I don't know. Probably not. What's up, big dog? You're up late? Yeah, I had a long day today, and this was the only time slot that I had available live streaming. And I'm live streaming every day this month, so I have to live stream. But we'll be only live for another like 9 minutes. So welcome to the end of the live stream. We still got 9 minutes. I took Solana long at 123. Oh, why? That's brutal, man. I don't know, man. It looks like you're about to fall off the table. I don't mean to be super bearish, but this just does not look bullish. When have we ever consolidated here and then broke out? It's always like a retracement, right? Maybe you come down to $75 and then you get some sort of like bounce. But when we looked at it earlier, same with this, right? You break 75 cents. I think on the macro time frame, no matter how it looks, $17 to $32 is going to be in play. But technically, you're not wrong. 126, that should have held. But once you start breaking below this area, I guess let's make it like exact. Yeah, once you break under 125 and you start closing under it, then you're at risk at obviously like bigger capitulations, which in this case would be Solana at like $70, $70 to $80. Zed or Potcoin? Neither, man. Are you asking me? Why would I not buy ETC? Why wouldn't you just buy Bitcoin? Why wouldn't you just buy Bitcoin knowing that no matter what, you're at least going to go back to the previous high and make a higher high? Because it's done that every single cycle. So why buy ETC when you know you can almost get guaranteed returns on Bitcoin during the bear market once we turn bullish again? What is this? Zed token? What? Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, I'm not buying this. What is this? I'm not looking at that. Potcoin? Yeah, same here. I'm not looking at this. Yeah, sorry, man. Completely gamble coins. There's no TA on coins that are like $400,000. Smallest amount of volume can just like, you could just get a 10x. You could just get lucky and get a 10x or a 100x. BTC still going sideways? No. Looks like it's breaking down right now. If we're under 87, then we're going down. Yeah, we're literally breaking down right now. It's sideways it's sideways until it's not. I mean, we've been in this bear flag for how long? For a month now. Yeah, the second we break the lower low, man, I think we're going to get that capitulation. Wow, we're getting more people in at the end of the live stream. Wow, that's pretty funny. We can look at like one more coin. Let's see. Let's see what's trending with the highest market cap. Wait, what? There's a Jeffrey Epstein coin? Wow. That's crazy. Look at this rug pull. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just the Bitcoins. Bitcoin, Ethereum, just the Bitcoins. BTC, ETH, Chainlink, Canton. I think my Canton video got a bunch of views. But anyway, we're closing up on the end of the live stream, so I think we're going to call it here. We've been live for about an hour. Maybe I'll do Canton. Yeah, even this coin, you got a, what, 618 retracement? Yeah, you had a 618 retracement. Wow. Taking a look at Canton CC on the live stream. So it looks like we had a 618 retracement and we got rejected. I'd say as long as price action stays over 8 cents 60, you technically have the opportunity to come back up, break the 618, and then I'd say bullish to the moon. Previous high at 16 cents, double top breakout, 29 cents for all-time highs will be in play. Once we start breaking below 8 cents 60, then most likely we're cooked. We're probably going to come back down and make a lower low and validate some sort of downtrend that we don't see yet, but that's forming. And that's pretty much it. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. And thank you so much for your support. Wow. Oh, how's Theoric doing? Yeah, dude, this thing's cooked too. Hey. Give me a second. Hey. No. No. Can't open that. Let's see. Yeah, at a 618 retracement. Wow. Yeah, I think with that being said, we'll call it here. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. This is all just for entertainment purpose and nothing more. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. Happy, Merry Christmas Eve to everybody that's celebrating. If you're not celebrating, then happy holidays. I will be live. I don't know what time. I'll probably be live a little bit earlier tomorrow since I'm not working. So I'll be live tomorrow, and I hope to see everybody in the live stream tomorrow. If not, no worries. Have a great night. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next live stream.